Hey, what to do, y'all? What to do? What to do? Just chilling here on the other Ray J Express before I take my football team off to the movies. They want to go see a movie. Ironically, most people see marriage, they treat it like the movies. They want to play a certain script with it. And, my thoughts on marriage is that, to me, overall, it's been established as a contract. So for those who may say, marriage is part of a relationship. Well, that part is sort of true, but don't treat marriage like it's another type of relationship. No, it's not. And marriage is truly a part of a relationship, but not in the ways that a lot of people are accustomed to thinking. So, but overall, I mean, in this day and age, though, marriage is basically that. Marriage is a contract. It is. It's definitely uh, a contract. It's a contract that you sign at the courthouse, and then to get out the contract, you do that in the form of divorce. That divorce is kind of your way of signing out the contract, even though you're still bound to that contract in other ways based on alimony or child support if you've had children within that marriage. But the funny thing is, you still have to deal with child support whether you're married to an individual or not. You had kids with them, you still gonna have to deal with child support. Hold up. Yeah, buddy. So here's where I'm going at with this. Um, for the longest, for eons, what I'm saying, before this whole thing called a contract showed up with marriage, marriage has always been and will always be a covenant. It always represented a union. The way you establish that covenant is through sexual intercourse. Yes, that's how you establish that union, is through sexual intercourse. Whether the individual that you're partaking in a union with is a virgin or not. So, because the whole idea of the imprint is what plays key to this marriage being a covenant established upon sexual intercourse. That's why, ladies, y'all got to be careful. Y'all be around all these different men trying to be like a man, and you end up having these different covenants with all these different men due to all these multiple imprints. Your mind, your body, your soul is tied to all these different covenants, and that's why you're haywire. That's why a lot of your attitude, disposition, and behavior is so out of whack. It's really hard to really know how to look at your own self in the mirror, because in essence you have a fragmented mirror. It becomes easier to point at other people because you live in a maze of mirrors based on all these different imprints and covenants that you have out there with these other guys that you don't realize. You thought it was just, having a good time. One night stand, I got to go do me. I got needs. Lady, you need to just get yourself together and realize that you are doing some dangerous things out here when you get around all these multiple men. And of course, fellas can be jaded too. If you be dealing with all these different women sexually and you don't know how to deal with them and you don't know what you're doing when you're dealing with all these different women sexually. You have to know what you're getting into, literally. Once you enact this act of sexual intercourse, you have to know what you're getting into. That might not be something you want to get into as far as that aspect of covenant. So think about that. Next time you want to throw around this idea of laying up with the lady, right? Because that's going to be a marriage, and that marriage is, what I'm saying, the only way that can be pretty much written off is, through her doing an act of infidelity by basically laying up with a man that's unrighteous. Basically, if she continues to try to behave like a man. That's the only way it can be written off in many ways, what I'm saying, as far as, the kind of curse that you may have put upon yourself by getting involved with a female that's not being a real woman. You got yourself into a bind, literally. With that act of intercourse, you inserted yourself into a bind. So, but hopefully, in a nutshell, y'all got an idea of my thoughts on marriage. And I do take marriage very seriously, which is why I'm very cautious of what I get into these days. All pun intended. Signing out.